Fine, I'll do it myself. By crossovers you didn't know you needed. Chapter 3 Christmas Special. Heaven didn't really have seasons. If you wanted to experience different weather, you'd simply go to a different area. That way, everyone could always experience the exact weather they preferred. However, most winners kept track of what seasons and day it was on Earth to celebrate holidays. For example, today was a very beloved holiday known as Christmas, and you were more than excited for it, especially since you got to spend it with your partner Lute. You awoke Christmas morning from a gentle nudge, and as you opened your eyes, you found Lute leaning over you with a smile. It seemed she was just as excited as you for the holiday. "Good morning, dear," she greeted as you sat up. "Good morning." You stretched and turned to look to Lute, who leaned in and gave you a peck on the lips. "I have some plans for us today." "You do? What are they?" You got out of bed and looked through your closet to choose an outfit for the day. That would ruin the surprise, but I asked Adam for some suggestions and he had quite a few. Lute also got out of bed and went to her closet for an outfit. "Okay, well, can you give me a hint on what weather I should be dressing for?" "Something warm." Lute had already changed into a fluffy gray jacket with some pants that were double layered. So you picked something you thought was equally warm and stylish. "You ready?" Lute had been waiting for you to finish getting dressed. "Yes, I'm ready to see the surprise." Lute led you outside your home and took off to the sky, and you followed her. Flying over heaven was always a joy. Being able to fly at all certainly made heaven feel like a very worthy reward after death. Lute led you two to a snowy part of heaven before landing in front of a building that was an ice skating rink. "I've never ice skated before." You followed Lute into the building. "I'm sure you'll do great at it, but if you're worried about falling, know that I'll be nearby the whole time to catch you, just in case." As you got in, Lute checked you in at the counter and brought back a pair of ice skates for you and her. You sat side by side as you put them on. Lute was first to finish and she stood up with ease, so when you finished, you stood up only to fall over immediately. Lute grabbed one of your arms and stabilized you. Walking on the ice skates on the carpeted floor was a bit weird, but you got used to it pretty quickly. "Ready?" Lute and you had walked over to where the carpet turned into a skating rink. "Ready." Unfortunately, walking on the carpet had given you the impression the ice would be similar. It very much was not, as you immediately felt yourself slipping and clung onto Lute for dear life, who of course was having no struggles at all. "Are you all right, dear?" You're finally able to stop yourself from slipping and get more upright. "Yes, but I have no idea what I'm doing." "How about I lead you around and help you learn the feel for it?" "Sounds good." Lute moved in front of you, grabbing both your hands, then started to skate backwards while pulling you forward. The way she moved as she skated was perfectly effortless, but you should expect that of an exorcist. She's always been extremely grateful. It was easy for you to mirror her movements like this, and after a bit she moved to your side, allowing you a bit more freedom with how you moved. You were able to keep up the momentum, and now that you had a feel for it, it was quite a bit of fun. The two of you skated like this for a bit until Lute again took your hands and twirled you. She was showing off now, but that's part of why you loved her. The two of you danced on the rink a bit before eventually Lute skated you back into the carpeted area. "That was lots of fun. We should definitely do it again." You sat down and started taking off the skates. "I'm glad you enjoyed it. Adam said he took a date here one time that it was pretty fun." "Well, feel free to let Adam know it was a success. Is there anything else you have planned?" "Yes, I do. Next week we'll be getting some hot chocolate." The two of you checked in your skates and then walked to a nearby hot chocolate cafe. You ordered some hot chocolate and drank it as you walked around the nearby area. "Is there anything else you'd like to do?" The two of you had now finished your drinks and were just walking around. "Maybe." You eyed the snow on the ground with a mischievous idea. You let Lute pull ahead and grab some snow, shaping it into a snowball. You threw it at her and it hit her in the back, and she turned to look at you. "You have one chance to surrender." Her tone playful. You throw another snowball at her that misses. You decide your best course of action is to run. As you run, she chases you and a snowball hits you in the arm. You do your best to grab snow as you go, only stopping to briefly throw some at her before continuing to try to duck and dodge between the scenery. This continues on for a while until inevitably Lute catches up and tackles you to the ground, attacking you with kisses. When she's done, she helps you back to your feet. I never stood a chance, you say, flapping your wings to get rid of the snow. No, you didn't. Lute shook the snow out of her own rings. That's about all I wanted to do. What's next? It's time we head back home. The way Lute said that implied that there was another surprise at home, which was very exciting, so the two of you flew back to your home. When you arrived, Lute led you to the couch and told you to wait there for her. When she returned, she had a present, but little did she realize you also had a present for her. Where did you get that? Lute gestured to the box in your hands. I hid it under the couch. Lute sat next to you. Smart. I would have noticed it if it were under the bed. Lute also had a box, and she held it out for you to take. You took it and gave her the box you had. Open at the same time, you asked. Sounds good, dear. You opened your presents as fast as you could. In Lute's box was a bracelet with a locket. In your box was what looked to be a Tamagotchi. The heart charm is cute. Lute had never seen a locket before. Oh, well, it's more than a charm. It can open. You reach out and show her how it opens with a blank spot for pictures. You usually put pictures of your loved ones in it, and I thought you would like it. Lute smiled and held the bracelet close. I love it. I didn't know you knew what Tamagotchis were, you mentioned as you decided to turn yours on. Another recommendation from Adam. I really just wanted to find something that you could fidget with, since you've mentioned that that would be something you'd like. I will name them Lute Jr., he declared. I'm honored, Lute smiled, then leaned in and gave you a kiss. Then she pulled away. Merry Christmas, my dear. Merry Christmas. Overall, it had been a very successful holiday, and you would treasure these memories with your partner. If you enjoyed this audio fic, you will find the link to the chapter in the description. I hope you had a wonderful day.